Good evening. I'd like to call the City of West Bend Plan Commission for Tuesday, October 1st, 2019 to order and recognize that we do have a quorum this evening. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 3 tonight is approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of the Plan Commission dating back to September 3rd, 2019.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments, or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Item 4A1 under development proposals and certified survey map is CSM-19-014. Combine existing parcels located at 408 Acorn Road by Mark Malzahn, who is the applicant, and the agent is Mike Schleif from On Target Serving. And we have a presentation tonight by Business and Development Specialist.
Sure, that'll work.
Specialist? You specialize? Jim Renke. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, everyone. The certified survey map presented tonight is located at the northwest corner of Acorn Road and Parkfield. The property owner is requesting to combine a portion of a lot that to the west of his lot with this lot to create one new lot for the construction of a shed that he'd like to build on the property. The property is zoned RS4, and the certified survey map meets the requirements of the zoning requirements for that district. Minor technical corrections are needed on the CSM, essentially just identifying some road name stuff, and then also identifying the distances on the CSM, getting to the legal description portion of it. Staff would recommend approval of the CSM just to address those technical corrections, and I did receive a revised CSM this afternoon for it.
Thank you, Jim. Any questions for Jim? I would entertain a motion on the item.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Malzahn. Enjoy your new shed. Again, under development proposals is item 4B1 is site plan SP-19-027, a site plan for building alterations and site improvements, 1270 Chestnut Street by Jared Harding, DDS, who is the applicant, and Nathan Laurent from Keller is the agent, and a presentation by Jim.
Thank you. This site plan submittal is for building renovations and site modifications for the Dentistry of West Bend at Chestnut Street. The property is zoned B5 Neighborhood Office and Service District. The existing dental clinic is being remodeled, and site improvements are being proposed for the parking lot. They're also reconfiguring the entranceway at the southwest corner of the building, removing the existing garage and replacing it with a smaller building addition to the east, and also replacing concrete. They are also proposing to put 2 additional parking stalls to the east where that garage used to be. The architectural building elevation renderings show that the building is going to be changing color along with the building materials to a mountain lake and a smoky ash colored lap siding, and also a vintage bark colored vertical siding is also proposed. The site plan originally had 4 parking stalls. They are modifying the site to add 2 additional parking stalls, and they are also asking for an exception to the setback for those 2 additional stalls on the east side of the site. Staff does not object to the exception as long as positive drainage can be achieved as part of the project. As a part of the project, also a stormwater management plan will need to be submitted and provide stormwater calcs, since this development did not have one originally. Technical corrections to the site plan would be needed to clarify some of the grades, also to provide dimensions for the new ground sign, and then also there was a paver brick sidewalk that connected from the curb into the public sidewalk, and we're asking that would be removed since the access on that west side of the building is being removed as part of the renovations. So staff would recommend approval with the listed conditions.
Thank you, Jim. Are there any questions for Jim? I would entertain a motion on the item.
Move to approve with the conditions.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Congratulations, Dentistry of West Bend. We appreciate you choosing to do business in West Bend. Again, under item 4 is 4B2, another site plan, SP-19-028, a site plan for parking lot alterations at 868 South Main Street by Mike Haltom from BMO Harris Bank, who's the applicant, and Hunter McNeely from Burnham Nationwide is the agent, and a presentation by Jim.
Thank you. The site plan being presented tonight for this one is for parking lot alterations along with site improvements at the BMO Harris on South Main Street here. The property is zoned B1 Community Business District. The alterations being proposed include a pedestrian access from the parking or from the public sidewalk to the front entrance of the building, along with some curbing installation around the existing landscape islands. They're also proposing some modifications on the west side of the building to incorporate a masonry screened refuse area at the northwest corner of the site. Along with that, landscaping would be provided around that refuse area. The applicant is requesting a parking exception for a reduced number of parking stalls. The request is based on the current use and the operations and the need. 21 standard stalls are being provided along with 1 barrier-free stall, which is less than what the code requires. But based on the operation needs, BMO feels that their maximum need is 17 parking stalls for both the customers and for staff at any given time. Staff would recommend approval of the site plan with the listed conditions.
Thank you, Jim. Any questions for Jim on this item? I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. And before we move on, Mike Starl, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the meeting, welcome to the Plan Commission. Hopefully you've got a chance to meet the rest of the folks.
Yes,
I'm sure
I
at the
did,
next meeting we'll have a little bit more of a quorum. Welcome aboard. That seat has been warmed up for 30 plus years by Jim
35
White.
years, yeah.
if it's not warmed up now, it never will be. But congratulations and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Again, under site plans is 4B3 SP-19-029, site plan for a loading dock addition and parking lot addition located at 2035 Stonebridge Road by Jim Anderson of Badger Packaging, who is the applicant, and John Coots from MSI General, who is the agent. And again, another presentation by Jim.
Thank you. Badger Packaging has submitted a site plan. Their proposal is for a 784 square foot building addition on the north side of the building to incorporate 2 new loading docks. Also, as a part of the proposal, they are proposing a additional employee parking lot on the west side of the building. And along with the addition, they're modifying the northeast corner for additional loading docks to accommodate their needs for internal use. The building materials for the building addition will match the existing, which consists of block. As a part of the review, the engineering department did ask if there was a possibility of eliminating that west driveway for the new parking lot. I have talked with the design engineers, and they were going to look at a possible alternative to eliminate that driveway connection. Also, as a part of the approval, we're asking that the existing landscaping that was being removed on the west side of that of the building be replaced with some landscape screening for the new parking lot. So staff would recommend approval of the site plan with the listed conditions.
I would like to add the condition of approval that the driveway / parking issue be finalized with the engineering department as one condition of approval. This is similar to what we worked on with them on the north side when they were asking for an additional driveway, and we worked with them, realized that it could not function without the driveway, so then we in the end allowed the additional driveway. So we would like to do the same thing here, see if we can eliminate this additional driveway, and then if we can't, we can't. But we would like to work with them in looking into that. So I would make a motion to approve the site plan with the condition listed plus a condition to work out the driveway parking issue with the engineering department.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Congratulations to Badger Packaging. Thanks for choosing to do business here in West Bend. And Commissioner and Alderman Casson, if you could handle the last two agenda items on my behalf. I've got a conflict of interest and I'll abstain. Thanks.
Thanks, Craig. Item number 1 under certified survey map and site plan is CSM-19-015, create 2 lots located at the southwest corner of East Water and South Forest Avenue by the city of West Bend. Again, Jim Renke.
Thank you. This certified survey map the purpose of this is to create the 2 lots for redevelopment of that 7.7 acre lot, which benefits the TIF 12 district. The property is zoned MXD and meets all the requirements, zoning requirements for the CSM on that. The appropriate right-of-way has been acquired and exists for both Forest Avenue and East Water Street. The CSM also identifies various various easements for utilities and for the public utilities of sanitary sewer and storm sewer, and the CSM also identifies the floodplain elevation for the development. Staff would recommend approval of this CSM as submitted.
Thanks, Jim. Any comments or questions? If not, entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further comments or questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign. That motion carries. Finally, item number 2 under certified survey maps is SP-19-030, a site plan for a 68-suite hotel and office building located at the southeast corner of East Water Street and South Forest Avenue by Paul Stengel of Raffrad LLC. Jim?
Thank you. This site plan is for actually 2 developments on the same property. One is for a 15,244 square foot office building, and then the other one is for a 3-story 68 suite hotel. And this development will benefit the TIF district number 12. The property is zoned MXD, and the 3.26 acre site is being proposed for this development. 2 screen refuse areas are being provided for the development, 1 for each of the buildings. And under the MXD zoning district, we had a maximum street yard setback of 10 feet. The site plan is proposing that the office building be set back at 16 to 24 feet from East Water Street. Given the curvature of the road, the building configuration, and the site grades, staff would not object to that increased setback, and ask that the commission grant an exception for that. 2 driveways are being proposed for this development, one on Forest Avenue and then one on Water Street. The plan identifies a total of 153 standard parking stalls and 8 barrier-free parking stalls provided throughout the entire development. MXD does not require minimum parking, but based on the uses and the need, the developer and the development is providing additional parking for this. Adequate pedestrian access is provided from the public sidewalks into the development itself. Sanitary and sewer and water will be obtained from East Water Street in order to serve these buildings. A stormwater management plan has been submitted and is currently under review. Prior to the issuance of the building permits, that stormwater management plan would need to be approved. The site plan or the site grades themselves have been designed generally to drain to the center of the site, where it's directed to various catch basins, and from there the catch basins are connected into the public storm sewer system in either Forest Avenue or Water Street. Site lighting is being provided throughout the site. LED fixtures are being used on both the building and in the parking lot areas, which will be mounted on 20-foot poles, which conform to our standards for urban design. Adequate landscaping is being provided around the buildings and throughout the site. For buildings or for signage, no ground sign is being proposed, but the architectural plans do identify wall signs for the hotel on two sides of the building, on the north and the west sides. Under urban design, the location of the signs are limited to not to extend above the second story windowsills. The developer is asking for an exception to have the signs placed above the third floor sills. The Plan Commission can grant an exception to this urban design standard, and staff has no objections to a request for relocating them above the second story or the second floor windowsills. The architectural building elevations also identify that building signage will be proposed in the future on the office building based on the needs of the tenants. The architectural building elevations for the development have been submitted. For the hotel, they're proposing earth tone colored stone along with a light and dark gray ephes accent and also dark bronze hardy plank vertical siding for that building. And as for the office building, they're proposing a khaki brown hardy plank siding and also a pearl gray hardy plank vertical siding for the building materials, and obsidian smooth brick utility brick will be used on the lower portion of that building. And staff finds the architectural renderings for both of these buildings to be acceptable and within the parameters for urban design. Staff would recommend approval of the site plan with the listed conditions.
Thanks, Jim. I'll open it up to any of the commissioners. Have any questions or comments? Yes, Chad.
Just a curiosity, I never thought I'd question the lack of a sign, but I was surprised that they're not requesting a ground sign. Is that just because, or is it because of the constraints of the parcel? Or?
They didn't have anything proposed on that, so I just wanted to make note. They may come back with something as long as it meets our code requirements. They would be entitled to have a ground sign.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions regarding this? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any last comments or questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign. And that motion carries. This is great. I'm very excited to see some development on that parcel. So, Jed, did you want to add anything? No? Okay, I thought you were just saying something. Okay, great. Being no further business before the Planning Commission, I adjourn.